It's James Steinhubel on the Holy Handmade channel on TVU with Vanessa and Antoniuk. How are you doing?
Great, thanks. How are you?
Very well.
This is it's getting to be nice to see some friendly faces every day, and every day I get more comfortable with the TV interview. So today on Artisan Forum 3, we have Chrissy with A Touch of Glass Beaumont. We have Jason and Amy with Sand and Pine Designs. And we have Julie with Cozy Home Sewing. Hi, guys.
There you go. That's that's fantastic. So we're just going to go through a quick introduction round. If we can start with you, Christina, introduce yourself and your business.
Sure. My name is Chrissy McClelland. I'm a stained glass artist. My business is A Touch of Glass Beaumont. I make stained glass. I don't like to make your typical, what you would think of when you think of stained glass. You think of church windows. So I would say that my stained glass is a modern twist on your stained glass. I like to add different design elements like copper, wire. Sometimes I make my stained glass to stand up in pieces of wood. I've also started getting into doing fused glass, so that's a little bit different, which I have a kiln for melting glass and making into bowls and plates, and also different sun catchers.
Excellent, thank you. And Jason and Amy.
My name is Jason, and I'm a journeyman carpenter. I've been working with wood for many years, basically since I was a child. I love making these signs. They're very unique, interesting. I like the finished product to look at it and admire it and say, wow, this really looks nice. Amy helps me along, and I've been teaching her and how to do it. She's been taking care of a lot of the advertising and the websites and whatnot.
And the design, and using colorful backgrounds on our signs and so on. And we love to have different types of custom orders for different seasons and so on. And we just actually started with the Scrabble tiles, and they can be ordered individually or together to make a name or on your gallery wall, just something very unique. And we love making unique things.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Thank you. And Julie.
Hi, my name's Julie. I am Cozy Home Sewing. I work by myself. I'm obviously, my background is I'm a quilter, always just a hobbyist. I make, my main products are my wheat bags for hot and cold therapy. So they're the ones you put in the microwave or the freezer. I have a whole line of those. And my other main product are my rag quilts, like the ones behind me. They're all unique. So I don't reuse fabric so that people get original stuff. And then I have a whole bunch of stuff which I call my in-between, which is I do hanging kitchen towels, finger mitts, jewelry caddies. That's kind of just the stuff that I came upon.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're gonna take a look at each of your websites. So we're gonna start with you again, Christina. And so just give me a second. I'm always a little tenuous about this because of the amount of internet bandwidth that's getting taken up by everybody out there. So just let me see if we can get a share going here, and let me know when you can see see the screen there, Christina.
Oh, yeah, I can see it now.
Awesome. So here you go. This is your website. So
yeah.
You got a great story here, and where you've come from. It's interesting.
Yeah, I used to be actually an aircraft mechanic, so bit of a leap.
Well, the aircrafts are pretty technical, and there's probably some very, very delicate work, so that it would come. Now, this is what you were talking about here, that it's not the standard kind of stained glass window that you're talking about. But
yeah, so sorry to cut you off. So in the one picture there, I actually did a commission for the Beaumont Library 3 years ago. And so each one of those windows represents a typical Beaumont season. So that was
nice.
That was exciting.
And now, is this stuff here, is this the fused stuff, or this is still?
Nope.
Okay.
That's still stained glass. So the little guys at the bottom, I call those my scrap glass birds. And I have bins and bins of glass in my garage. I do not like to throw it away. I am not wasteful in any way. So all my glass has a purpose. And those little guys are made from sheets of glass. When I cut up my bigger projects, I then sort the glass into colors, and then sometimes I'll pull out the odd shapes, and whatever shape it is, I will make it into a scrap glass bird.
Isn't that interesting?
So,
that is
and
so
they're
cool.
all unique and one of a kind.
Excellent. Okay, so we're going to go on now to Jason and Amy. I'm going to try to pull up Facebook. Jason and Amy, here's your Facebook page, and here's the tiles that you're talking about. How's that going? First, where did you come up with it, and did you do it for yourself, or and then you just thought this is great? This is brilliant.
I think we first come up with the idea coming back from Christmas, not last Christmas, but the Christmas before. We're traveling back from my parents, and we're talking about starting a small business and coming up with ideas. And I don't remember who come up with the idea, but we thought, well, why don't we try make Scrabble tiles? And
We love the game of Scrabble.
There you go. There you go. There you go. And everybody plays by the rules, or do we have sort of different rules depending on who's playing?
According to Jason, we had to have just the right exact number on every letter that is according to the Scrabble game. So yes, we apply.
That's good. That's good. And so people then what kind of things are people buying? Like what kind of combinations of words? Are they just buying single tiles? What are they buying?
They will either get their dog's name or their child's name, or a combination of all of the people in the family, Papa, Nana, and just the whole shebang. They just want all the names on the wall, and so that they can just see it when they walk in, or they make a gallery wall with a few words like what we had on our wall behind us.
That's good. So I'm sure that everybody's been family friendly that's asked for words. What's the most interesting word combination that you sent out?
Honestly, I can't remember, but if there was one, I don't think I'd want to mention it if it was because I've had a few requests.
That is so good. That is so good. And your logo, Sand and Pine Designs. Now, is that because of you're out at the cabin when you came up with this, or where'd you come up with the name?
It took a long time for us to finally come up with the name, and we brainstormed a lot of different ideas, and just some that we just liked the sound of it. And it's part of Amy as well does glasswork as well, and the pine is representing to the wood. So we, I don't know.
And we design a lot of them. So we thought Sun and Pine Designs, it's kind of straightforward for what we do, but at the same time, it leaves it open so that we can work on other wood projects as well.
No, it's good. I like it. Okay, we'll move on to you, Julie, here. Hopefully they don't have the big weight there again. And your website, tell us what we're seeing here.
Well, I didn't ever think I would make masks, but that's what I've been doing now for about 3.5 weeks. That seems to have sunset now, but I got a couple, some orders for, 50 and 60 for companies and stuff. So that's why that's on my homepage. Okay. And then I have what I call therapy bags, which would be like the magic bags that you can buy commercially that are full of, we're not sure. Mm-hmm. And then my quilts and my other stuff. Times, and then people. Yeah, and
that's real care.
And I find that people really appreciate that.
Okay, so let's go back to the top of the order and let's take a look at some product. Do you have some product on hand, Christina?
I have some of it behind me here.
Okay.
One of my most popular items is my mountains. People really like those, and I have them either standing up or you can get those to hang in your window. I have my fairy houses on the top shelf, and this is one of the new things I've created. It's actually a fused glass piece, and it's a wine bottle holder. Yeah.
And that's
So,
that's the product that you're doing in the kiln. That's the
yeah. So that's melting the glass, whereas the stained glass is I cut it and I solder it back together. So in my studio, there's always something going on, whether it's I have something on my workbench that I'm making or something in my kiln that I'm like melting together.
That is so good. That is so interesting. Okay, Jason and Amy, do you have a product on hand there?
Yes, absolutely. Behind us, our most common product here is the smaller towels. These are about 3 1/4 by 3 1/2, and we just put the letters on it and the numbers, and on the back we got a little hole there that we router out, and then you could just hang it on the wall. I don't know if you can. I just got to turn the camera a bit here, Amy, right behind you. You can see the bigger tiles with Happy. They're both 5 1/4 by 5 5/8, and then these ones are framed, so you can get individual words. We got #fun. I know it's backwards right now, but we couldn't figure that out. We got busy and happy and play, or whatever word you want to come up with. A lot of people would want to use their child's name or their grandchild's name or whatever. Recently, we started going towards making these wooden signs as well. And what we got here is we got with fabric with it might be hard to tell, but this says gather with the fabric and the vinyl, and we got some nice mitered corners and a little hook on the back, and nice and light and nice and easy to hang.
I really love the Scrabble. I love the Scrabble tile ideas because they are so personable and everything is unique, and it's a one-of-a-kind gift to give to somebody, like for a wedding present or Mother's Day or Father's Day. I like that idea a lot.
And we're always trying to create some new products. Like we've been trying to make the arrows and so on, and we just like to expand whatever we can think of. We like to just kind of try it out with wood, and we of course test it out, and if it meets our approval. Jason's very picky with how the quality is, and then we love to bring it to the market.
That's excellent. And just so you know, it's like Zoom shows you like a mirror. So we're seeing it properly. So we can see gather, we can see all the words. So, and the only reason I bring it up because I did the same thing, and then I figured out how to switch it. And then when I watched my videos, everything was backwards because I made the viewer see the mirror instead of me, right? So that's the only reason I bring it up. So you're fine. That's very good.
Also.
No,
I didn't know. We're trying to figure out how to flip the camera around because I mean the words are all backwards, right? So
yeah.
Well, it's good to know.
No, I hear you. So it's we all do it. So that's interesting. I would love to see the process of manufacturing. You know, if one day you guys just take some footage of that. It'd be neat to see how you do the numbers.
Yeah, I don't know how to do Instagram. I think I'm going to try to do a TikTok video with him there because there's quite a few steps for him to make the frames. So.
Yes. So, okay. So then, Julie.
Yeah. So to hide my inventory racks, I put up my rag quilts. So when I go to a market, I always tell people if they're coming to see me to look for the teddy bear. So I have teddy bears, foxes, dogs, cats, butterflies. I think that's about it for my standards. And then I also do custom. So I've done a chameleon. I'm working on a baby Yoda right now, doing a Lego theme. So this kind of the night, you know, if we've got a silver lining, I've had time to actually work on unique new things. So I'm just going with that. And so then I was mentioning my wheat bags. So I have shoulder wraps, which are pretty big. And that's probably one of my most popular, but I'm specifically proud of my wheat bag slippers that I've made. It took me a long time to design these, but these are actually wheat bag slippers that you can put in the microwave or the freezer. So if they're good for swelling or just for cold feet. And I designed these myself, and they've been a real hit. So I'm really excited about those. And then I have masks, lots and lots of masks. And then I've done, recently I've designed a golf towel. So I designed it, it's a little bit of a stolen idea, but this golf towel, you dump water in it and it's got a plastic lining, and then the water seeps into the inside of it and it'll stay wet all day, and that's for you to clean your equipment. My husband was wetting down, keeping towels in a plastic bag so he could, do golf things. I don't know. I'm a very simple golfer, but so I did that. And I've done some small things like the car garbage bag, which I have one for Vanessa, and the casserole carriers. I kind of refined the way those have gone together. So, yeah.
That's good.
I love the custom quilt idea because they're more than just a gift too. They also become a keepsake and something that anyone that receives them will keep for years.
Yes, I sell a lot to grandmas because the grandmas want to buy them for the grandchildren so that the grandchildren will keep them forever. And it is true. I think many of us have a blanket or a quilt that we've got, from a grandparent or an aunt or something, and we'll have that forever. And a lot of times I've been asked to refinish the back of a quilt because they have this old quilt from 50 years ago, but they want to keep it and pass it on. And because it's unique and you're not going to see everybody else with the exact same one, I think that just adds a really nice touch to it. So that's why, even though I repeat a design, so I do a ton of butterflies and bears, I'll just change up and I make a really conscious effort to not ever repeat the fabric coordination so that you get something that's yours. And I think we've got a lot of that going on where everybody has the same thing and it's nice.
It is good. It is good. Well, that's episode 3. Do you want to wrap it up, Vanessa? Your mic's off.
Yes. Well, thank you everyone for coming. It's really interesting getting to know where your business has started from, and I hope you are enjoying watching the videos as well as participating. And I wish you all the success in the future, and can't wait for Holy Handmade to see you in person again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, it's been James Steinhubel on the Holy Handmade channel with Vanessa Antoniuk on TVU.